welcome back, all of you, once again. It's Backpack, and again, we are talking about Egypt. Well, definitely the most important part when we talk about Egypt is to ask about what are you interested in? Well, for anyone who is looking for a destination for his vacation, definitely he has a lot of things in his mind. Whether he's thinking of history, of cultural visit, talking about recreation, talking about diving, sports, a lot of things. The most important part about Egypt is about its diversification of its tourism product. But of course, when it comes to our competitive advantage, it has to do with history and culture because no place on earth you can visit to find all these historical sites, archaeological sites. Let's take a trip back in history to find out more about ancient history, culture, and civilization.
It appears bigger than Khufu's pyramid because of the rising ground on which it was built and its steeper angle of slope. It appears bigger than Khufu's pyramid because of the rising ground on which it was built and its steeper angle of slope. Its base measurement is 215 meters and its height is 143.5 meters, making it slightly smaller than his father's. It is the only pyramid to be preserved almost to its full height by the casing stones remaining at its apex. The top of the pyramid still has some of the limestone casing that once covered the entire pyramid. There may have been a change in the method of positioning the blocks that has kept these pieces still intact. Gives the appearance of a white cap on top of the pyramid. The pyramid is built of horizontal courses. The stones used at the bottom are very large, but as the pyramid rises, the stones become smaller. The courses are rough and irregular for the first half of its height, but a narrow band of regular masonry is clear in the midsection of the pyramid. The most remarkable thing associated with this pyramid is not a part of the pyramid at all, but part of its temple complex, the Sphinx. The Sphinx was cut directly from the bedrock at the base of the pyramid. The stones that were removed were probably used to build the pyramid itself. The Sphinx of Giza is a symbol that has represented the essence of Egypt for thousands of years. Even with all of the pictures that we see of the Sphinx, Nothing can really prepare you for the time that you finally see the Sphinx with your own eyes. Here is a look at the Sphinx that will give you a hint of what you can expect to see if you visit Egypt.
They started in the beginning to construct a tomb for the king, and this tomb had the shape of that we call it mastaba, rectangular shape, and after that they added another mastaba, smaller. When they reached to the period of Zoser, the genius architect Imhotep constructed the step pyramid of King Zoser from 6 mastabas. This is the beginning to reach to the shape of the pyramid. After that, they wanted why the shape of the pyramid? Because it represents the sun rays in the morning, and it considered as a symbol of the famous god in ancient Egypt, God Ra, or the sun god Ra. So after that, they reached to the construction also in the pyramid of Huni to reach to this shape. And then they made the casing above the steps, and then they reached to the bent pyramid of King Senefro also, when they changed the angle, and for the same king they constructed the first shape of the complete shape of the pyramid in red pyramid of King Senefro at Dahshur. So after that, they constructed the Great Pyramid of Cheops, the second of Khafre, and they continued to be the shape of the pyramid, which represent the sun rays, and they represent the sun god Ra, the famous god in ancient Egypt, till when they finished the construction of the pyramid, they put the bin or the small pyramid above in the top of the pyramid, and then they made the casing of gold to reflect more the sun rays. This is the shape of the pyramid, and all this they constructed in the beginning to be the tomb of the king. So we have inside the pyramid, inside the burial chamber, we have the sarcophagus. Maybe they used for another purpose after that in his life. And usually the design of the pyramids, you will see the entrance to the north. They connected between the north and the stars of the north, and after the entrance, you'll see the descending passage leads to, for example, the Great Pyramid of Cheops, the entrance with the shape of the pyramid, and then the descending passage leads to the first burial chamber. After that, they changed the plan. They made other ascending passage, leads to another horizontal passage, leads to the second burial chamber that mistakenly named Queen Chamber. The queen has another pyramid beside the pyramid. After that, they made the grand gallery, about 45 meters length with 9-meter height, leads to the third chamber, and they made the casing from inside of granite stone, and the sarcophagus of granite also of Cheops, but they found it empty when they entered, because we have another entrance also to the north. They made it in the 10th century AD, when they wanted to reach to the inside the pyramid, and after a few meters they found the main corridor, and they continued, but they found nothing, because maybe everything was stolen in the revolution that we call it the first intermediate period between Old and the Middle Kingdom. So the pyramid itself connected with the second life also, because we have the complex of the pyramid, like the complex of King Khafre started with the Valley Temple, Valley because it is near to Valley of the Nile, as a place where they made the mummification. And after that, the ascending passage leads to the mortuary temple or the funerary temple to the east of the pyramid. And then the pyramid or the tomb itself, all of this, when they finish the mummification in the Valley Temple, they must carry the mummy to reach to the mortuary temple to finish the ceremonial and to pray, and everything will be ready to be buried inside the tomb or inside the pyramid.
He was buried alone in this massive tomb. His wives may have been buried nearby in smaller mastabas. King Khufu, also known as Cheops, was the second pharaoh of the 4th dynasty. His full name was Khnum Khufu, which means the god Khnum protects me. He was the son of King Snefru. He came to the Egyptian throne in his 20s and reigned for about 23 years. There are some sources who believed he ruled more. What a really strange fact. This king, of all the ancient Egyptian pharaohs, we don't have complete information about him. Although his contribution to the world of architecture is known around the world, and in fact, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, and one of the top 5 sites in Egypt today.
Cultural tourism will be usually the most important and attractive sector of comparing with the others. So the tourist, if he will like beach, he can find the best beaches in Egypt, but also there are beaches in other places. So when you compare any other sector, maybe he can find, but when he compares the monuments or the Egyptian monuments, so he will come to visit, because he will never find pyramids in other place. Valley of the Kings only in Egypt. Tombs with original colors and the scenes. This ancient history, the ancient civilization, we speak about 7,000 years, when they reached also to write the hieroglyphic, at least 3,000 BC. So when you compare this sector of cultural tourism with any other one, it must be the first one and the most important one in Egypt. So till nowadays we have beaches tourism, but now we are connecting between beach and monuments. So when the tourists come to Hurghada, for example, or Sharm el-Sheikh, they will do overday to visit Cairo and to visit Luxor, 1 day or 1 night from Hurghada to Cairo, to see the pyramids, the museums, all the Cairo, the citadel, the famous market of Khan el-Khalili. Another tour also from Hurghada to Luxor to visit Temple of Karnak, Temple of Luxor, and to visit Valley of the Kings in second day, and then returned again to the beach. So usually you will see the monuments, you will see the Egyptian history, you will see the tourism culture in the beginning.
Well, of course, talking about all these important places, and definitely you worked with many different nationalities. So tell me more about the impression of the people who are coming to visit Egypt and the most important sites, really, that sometimes they say, no, we want to stop by this place, by this area to learn more about such places.
I had a group who left just yesterday. This group came from Brazil. Um, when they were leaving yesterday, I can't explain the feeling. They didn't like to leave. They wanted to continue. They said that if we'll come again, we will come for more nights and for more days. When they came, they said that it was a dream to come to Egypt and to see the pyramid. We studied the pyramid because they already in all the world, when they study the history of the world, they start with history of Egypt. So when he was a child, it was a dream to come and to see the pyramids. It was a dream to see the statue of Ramses II, to see the mask of Tutankhamun, that only he was hearing and reading about this, but when they came to Egypt, it became true. To be and to touch and to feel the monument and to be in the place. So each one of these tourists, the impression I can't explain because it is something amazing for them when he enter a tomb and he sees the colors and he will hear the explanation of these scenes and the meaning of the ancient Egyptian religion, the daily life that he can see in this tomb. Because of that, we have repeaters who come to Egypt more than one time, and each time he see something new, because we have also new excavations, new museums, and we have usually in this country, we have to say thanks for our grandfathers that they left all these monuments and this document for their life, and we will reserve and we will continue in this history in our modern history also.
I can see also that we tried as much as we can. For example, now we can see the whole area has changed. We talked a lot about the developments to take place in the Giza Pyramids area. For example, I remember we talked about this years ago. Nowadays, we can see many new routes linking these places together, having also the Grand Egyptian Museum right in front of the pyramids. Just to add to what we have just mentioned, talking about how important it is, places are now close to each others. We have new routes linking these places to facilitate the visiting itself for the visitors.
Yes, we have here in Giza, for example, they will change the entrance will be from Fayoum Road, and also all these cars and the buses, it will not be allowed to be inside. They will we will make the visit with another buses, also something new to protect more our monuments. Camels and horses and everything also will be in a place. If the people would like to take, will go to this main place to enjoy also, and also for these people to work and in the same time to protect the monument. So also the roads, the new roads, not only here in Giza, but we connect and the plan of the government now to connect between the beaches and the monuments. So we have the road or the main road between Ain el Sokhna and Alamein. We have the new road between Orgada and the Cairo, Sharm el Sheikh to Cairo. It will make it easy. We hope that it will be also in other places to the south to make it easy the visit to come from Marsa Alam to Aswan directly, to come from Orgada to Luxor, or the western route also to be open to make it easy for the visits, also the visits from Luxor to Dendara and Abydos. When we will continue and we will finish and will open all this road. It will make it easy for the tourist and will save time, and will have more tourists, and also to open again the direct plane between Luxor to Sharm el Sheikh. Not only 1 day or 2 days, will be more trips, so it will make it easy to make the visits and also to save time.
Because you mentioned Luxor, I cannot just let it go. Just to again to remember, really the developments taking place in Luxor and the Avenue of the Sphinx, and it has been one of the hot issues to be discussed everywhere. Everyone now is talking and trying to find out more about this, these developments taking place over there and the new Avenue of the Sphinx.
This road of the new Avenue of Sphinx, or the ram-headed statues between Luxor Temple and Karnak Temple, about 3 kilometers. They already finished the restoration and the reconstruction of this road, and will be open in the beginning of next month. It will be a big festival and big celebration also, and also will make again, because this was the celebration between Karnak Temple and the Luxor Temple, the visit of god Ammon for his wife Mut from Karnak Temple to Luxor Temple. It was a big celebration in ancient Egypt, and nowadays will return again and will open again, and it is a big project started many years ago, but last 2 or 3 years returned again to finish and to open. It was a dream to see this road, and also to allow to the visitors to be in the same place between Karnak Temple and Luxor Temple. So next month we are waiting this big celebration, and we will be all there, inshallah.
There are some sources who believed he ruled more. What a really strange fact. This king, of all the ancient Egyptian pharaohs, we don't have complete information about him. Although his contribution to the world of architecture is known around the world, and in fact, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, and one of the top 5 sites in Egypt today. The Great Pyramid of Khufu lives on as a testament to his tremendous ability to coordinate hundreds of workers towards one purpose. It is through this fantastic architectural marvel that Khufu will be remembered as one of the most famous Egyptian pharaohs. Now moving to his son, Khafra, or also as known as Chephren, and another magnificent pyramid. At a short distance to the southwest of his father's pyramid, Chephren monuments have survived better than most of the others, and his pyramid makes an impressive backdrop to the Great Sphinx, which lies next to his causeway and was probably part of the pyramid complex.
Well, that was all for today. Thank you all for joining us. And again, we will be back to bring you more about Egypt. We consider Backpack as a guide for you to tell you more about the facilities and services provided here in Egypt to enjoy your vacation. Always remember, Egypt has it all.